Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic February, and I'm so excited about the show we're going to talk about today. Jonathan Gunson is a New Zealand-based children's book writer, illustrator, and television producer who specializes in adventurous fantasy. During his training, he attended the famous Robert McKee's Film School on Storyline, one of the most highly regarded seminars about writing in the world. At this class, he met Peter Jackson, acclaimed writer, producer, and director of such works as The Lord of the Rings, King Kong, The Hobbit, and Heavenly Creatures. Or, if you're a connoisseur of the absurd, two of my favorite films, Meet the Feebles and Bad Taste. Jonathan's brother even played a hobbit in the Lord of the Rings films. Well, it is quite a small world, isn't it? Everything overlaps. This video has nothing to do with Peter Jackson, but it certainly is something that is from the 1980s and has puppets. And boy, you can tell that Jonathan Gunson and Peter Jackson were very similar human beings. Anyways, Jonathan Gunson, when not creating whimsical books, helped develop two television shows. One was The Boy from Andromeda, a live-action science fiction miniseries about an alien boy who lands on Earth. It's not groundbreaking per se, or life-changing, but it's certainly a child-friendly, fun 90s addition to the many films and shows containing aliens at the time. But the other show Jonathan created, well, it's quite something. A while back, I received a comment asking if I knew a vintage show that aired on Channel 5 in Rapid City, South Dakota. It involved a spaceship and a host perhaps named Captain 5. I thought maybe it was the show Rocket Ship 7, or Captain Glenn's Fun Wagon, or the Captain 5 show, although that took place on a boat. I never got a solid response, if any of those were the shows that the commenter was looking for, but it did allow me to stumble upon something else. A show that took a classic tale and put it in outer space. A show based on the two 1987 books by Jonathan Gunson, and created by Jonathan Gunson. Oh yeah, today we're talking about Space Knights.
The batteries are low while they fly from above and below us. Space John, out among legions of aliens. I'd rather watch inside my ship, survey the battle from behind a convenient asteroid.
Space Knights is a 1989 puppet series running for one season and 22 episodes. It was produced by the New Zealand-based production companies South Pacific Pictures and Seven Network. It aired on Channel 2 in New Zealand, and it also happened to air in Canada. Other than these two countries, I'm not sure if it aired anywhere else. Let me know if it did. In the late 1980s, Channel 2, or TVNZ, was looking to make a political puppet show similar to the UK's Spitting Image, where pop culture and political figures were puppetized and parodied. Utilizing the drawings from cartoonist Trace Hodgson, they developed 3D versions of his works. Latex puppet versions of his works. This eventually became Public Eye, a very short-lived political parody show.
Cutting Wit of Public Eye, Tuesday at 9 on 1.
Meanwhile, another New Zealand cartoonist, Chris Slane, who was also prominent for his political cartoons in various New Zealand newspapers, was in the process of developing some of his cartoons into 3D tactile versions, large latex puppets, in a very similar vein to the puppets in Spitting Image and now Public Eye. Chris's first political parody puppets appeared on New Zealand TV on late-night shows in the mid-1980s. Unfortunately, Chris was not summoned to create puppets for Public Eye, but these latex human puppets piqued interest in the then-fledgling company South Pacific Pictures, and since there was already a political latex puppet show, why not make a kids' show? Chris was soon summoned to create puppets and puppeteer on Jonathan Gunson's brand new whimsical space show. So with only 8 weeks to complete all the puppets, Chris went to work with his group of puppet builders, Dia Curtis, Marion Fountain, and Jackie Gilmore, and showed up on set ready to go right on time. With the help of his crew of puppeteers, Ruth Dudding, Ron Hilakima, and Roger Livingston, as well as 8 puppet assistants, they brought these unique creations to movement, with multiple characters meticulously being manipulated. The show was based on the legend of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, or in this case, the Knights of the Round Space Station. On the round space station, which is a castle floating in space, there is our main crew consisting of Sir Cedric Space, voiced by David Cameron, Arthur Asteroid, voiced by Scott Harmon, Lady Guinevere Galaxy, voiced by Jeanette MacDonald, Sir Cuthbert Cosmos, voiced by Adrian Wright, Sir Ralph Retro, voiced by John Finlayson, and Sir Lancelot de Laser, voiced by Alistair Douglas. They are overseen by Merlin the Wizard, who lives on a small planet adored by satellites, voiced by Fred Parslow, and his little robot named Conrad, voiced by Ian Watkin. And of course, there is a rival ship called the Black... Okay, listen to this and tell me what they're saying, because I actually can't figure it out.
Lancelot, look! It's the Black Bastard! Quick, before they see us!
No.
Yeah, that ship. This evil ship contains most of our antagonists of the series. The evil space pirates Penzance Plunderon, voiced by Roy Baldwin, Blunderblock, voiced by Michael Veitch, and Pegleg, voiced by David Lech. There is also the evil boss of the pirates, Mondred Darkvoid, voiced by Ian Watkin in a very Dr. Doofenshmirtz sort of way.
Those spice knights joined with my forces of darkness, and then more! Ah, my scheming Pluto juice!
In his evil castle called Doomroyd, and his assistants, Jeezvoid, voiced by David Ravenswood, and Maggie, voiced by Joan Harris. The show alternates between the Space Knights, the Pirates, Merlin, and the evil castle of Doomroyd. And I have to say that each character is voiced to perfection. The voice cast is incredible, and they bring such character to these unique puppets.
Digital druids say it will be safe. It will be safe.
Forsooth, I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Well, Penzance Plunderon, I have a very important mission for you.
I'll be all ears, you of darkness.
Yes, and they be a bit on the big side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I could only find 4 episodes on YouTube. The Mists of Time, where the evil pirates find a genie in a box buried on a planet, Double Trouble, an episode about Mondred Darkvoid making evil copies of the Space Knights, Confounded Computers, where Darkvoid infects all of the Space Knights computers with an awful virus, and Electro Excalibur, an episode about ghosts haunting an abandoned castle, which is pretty cool. All of these are in fairly awful quality online, and unfortunately my free VPN that I use does not have New Zealand as an option, as the first episode, The Golden Knight, is available to watch on nzonscreen.com. Each episode begins with a teaser running about 1:30 long, showing an inciting force occurring, whether it be a sword battle between good and evil, Mondred Darkvoid laying out his next evil plan, or revealing one of the Space Knights to secretly be evil. Intriguing, don't you think? And it is! Sometimes it takes me a bit to work myself up to watching something multiple times, but this show was so easy to watch. There's something magical about it that just drew me right in. Almost as much as Little Star does. The theme song, which is an absolute bop titled Space Junk, was written and recorded by David Dobbin and adds a quirky and fun start to a funky and out-of-this-world show.
Inside my ship, survey the battle from behind a convenient asteroid.
The show is supremely unique due to the design and mechanics of the puppets. Although not confirmed, there appears to be 2 different types of puppets, as there are full body shots of the puppets that feature significantly less mouth and eye movement and more leg and arm movement, and then there are close-up, chest-up shots of the puppets that usually feature one arm working, as obviously the puppeteer is using the other to manipulate the mouth. The continuity due to the differences between close-up and wide-shot models used is not great. You can also a couple times see the puppeteer's arm doing its very best, and the mouth movement appears to be quite the battle with the puppeteer in charge of it, but likely it's due to the rushed build of these puppets. It's quite fun to watch the magic that they managed with such an interesting concept and design, and I applaud the hard work that must have went into creating the show. It really is truly something special. I have nothing but good things to say about Space Knights. I have fallen in love with it. I love those giant human rubber puppets, and I was so excited to stumble upon this. The plot moves fast, The dialogue doesn't let in any sort of unnecessary fluff, and the characters are fantastic. If you like King Arthur, or if you like space, or if you like puppets, or if you like watching YouTube videos in 240p, this is the show for you. Go give it a watch, and hopefully the rest of the episodes will emerge someday, as there's no video release of the show yet, unfortunately. Let me know what you think of it when you give it a watch. And, as always, please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and please leave a comment below if you have a piece of obscure puppet media that you'd like for me to cover, or just want to say hi. You can also email me at jettmcplane@gmail.com, or follow me on Instagram at jettmcplane. You are the best. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are doing so amazing, and I'm so proud of all you have accomplished so far. Shout out to my friend Kat for the lovely card that made my week just a little more special.
Who's that wonderful girl? Could she be any cuter? Ah!
Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. The evil space pirates, the evil space pirates, Penzance, the pirates of Penzance. The evil space pirates, Penzance Plunderon. The evil space pirates.
These names are very hard.